Hi there, hello there, my name is Craft, and today is Halloween, so I figured that today is as good a time as ever to talk about one of Minecraft's spooky mobs. And one of Minecraft's most common yet difficult mobs to deal with is the skeleton. The skeleton usually spawns anywhere in the overworld, but they do have various variants throughout different biomes, dimensions, and even games. So today, in honor of the spooky time of year, as well as the Dandalorian's recent video listing every skeleton ever, we will be ranking all these skeletons. Some of these are good, some of these not so much. But I will say right now that I really enjoyed this tier list. So with all that said, let's get into it. Okay, first we have the skeleton. Just the standard skeleton. It's a really good design. I like how it looks. It's very terrifying to encounter in the overworld. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it in A tier because it's just like a nice base form for pretty much everything else on the list. And yeah, it's just very solid. Next up, we have the spider jockey. Very nice, very rare. Yeah. This one looks pretty cool. I always get excited whenever I spot one, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in S tier. Same thing with the cave spider jockey. This one's actually a little bit more rare because it has a cave spider. So this one's also an S tier. You don't see that every day, so I like it. Next we have the stray. This one's interesting because this was part of the original Biome Settler skin pack. It actually got brought into the game as an official mob, which is very interesting. And yeah, I like the fact that it has like very tattered clothing. I think this one's just like a nice, solid A tier skeleton variant. Ooh, I love this next one, the Bogged. This one's a very interesting addition because they essentially brought in another skeleton that we'll actually get to later. But yeah, this one's actually really good. I always love when Mojang adds like biome specific variants of mobs. I guess I should have mentioned that with the stray, but again, I just really love this one. But I think I like this one a lot more, so like I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in S tier. Next we have the skeleton horse. Yeah, these are always so unique to actually find out there. Overall, it's just like a nice, spooky addition. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in S tier as well. Can you tell that I'm enjoying this video a whole lot more than the zombie ranking? I just like these bony boys. The baby skeleton horse, you don't encounter them all that much, and the adult is more useful. I'll go ahead and throw this in B tier. Although we have to make note of how you actually obtain the skeleton horse, because there's the skeleton horseman. Oh, these things are scary. It's like you pretty much find the skeleton horse on its own, and then as soon as you get close to it, it spawns like 4 of these guys. But yeah, this is another rare find. I really like the idea of just like skeletons riding horses. So I'll go ahead and throw that in S tier. The Wither skeleton. Ooh, I like this one. Essentially just charcoal burnt bones sort of vibe. I really like it. I'll go ahead and throw this one in S tier. The Wither. Now, I've already talked about the Wither briefly in my Golems ranking video, but it's a skeleton first and foremost, because, you know, it's made with Wither skeleton skulls, and this is quite the beast to actually, like, fight, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this in A tier. I don't know, it's just very interesting. Although, not as interesting as the Wither skeletons that you actually need to make it. Here's another good one. The Skeleton Wolf. This one's interesting because it's essentially a reference to Dan TDM, because in his mod showcase videos, he had a pet wolf that was also a skeleton. Their name was Grim. They were very cute. And then Mojang went ahead and decided, you know what, let's add it to Minecraft Earth. let's make this canon. But this would be an amazing addition to have in main game Minecraft. I'm surprised they're not in the game yet. The Skeleton Wolf is a really good mob, so I'll go ahead and throw them in S tier. Now we have the Minecraft Dungeon skeletons, which all of these are actually rather fascinating. First we have the Mossy skeleton, which is actually a beta version of the Bogged. This is what I was mentioning earlier, like this was like what the Bogged was originally. Like it was just a mossy skeleton, but then whenever they decided to bring it into the main game, they decided, you know what, let's give it a unique identity. And yeah, that identity is very unique. I love the Bogged, but the Mossy skeleton, I have to respect where its origins, you know? I'll go ahead and throw this in A tier. A very respectable A tier. The Vanguard. Alrighty. I like the idea of a skeleton ditching like the bow and using like a shield and a lance. That's really cool. I like the look of it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in A tier. Very unique armor. The Sunken Skeleton. Ooh, I like this one. It has like little coral like growing out of it. This would be a pretty cool addition to have along with like the drowned and like ocean monuments. And they can use like different colored coral just like how they do in Minecraft Dungeons. But yeah, I like this concept. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in S tier actually. I just like the idea. The Wither Skeleton Archer. Alrighty. I like the idea of a Wither Skeleton like choosing the standard skeleton weapon of choice with the bow and arrow. But isn't as interesting as using a sword. I like the sword better. I guess I'll go ahead and throw this in B tier. Very nice, but I like the uniqueness of like the Wither Skeleton having a sword. Ooh, this one's interesting, the Necromancer. This one's really interesting because it has very wizardy vibes, you know? And it's very powerful. It's very, very powerful in the game. I like its robes. I like its staff. And yeah, it just like commands like a presence that none of these other skeletons seem to like have, you know? Very regal, very royal. I'll go ahead and throw it in S tier. I think it's nice. The Nameless one. Ooh. This one's actually a very interesting version of the Necromancer because it actually has a very unique title and look to it. And it's actually a little bit more powerful than the normal Necromancer. Like the fact that it has its own unique name should give that fact away. Although, as far as like looks go, I prefer the color scheme of the normal Necromancers. I like blue more than green. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a nice respectable A tier. Next we have the Skeleton Villager from Minecraft Legends, which is just referred to as a skeleton in the game. It's, I don't really like the chibiness of it, like, it kinda like stands out as far as like all the other skeletons on this list. Throw it in to like C tier, I'm just not vibing with it. And that's really all the big official skeleton variants, but I wanted to throw in at least 4 jokey kinda entries because 1, I wanted to pad out the list a little bit, and 2, I just find these very funny. First, we have the Halloween skeleton, which has a pumpkin on its head. Very funny, very funny. I'll go ahead and throw this in A tier. Although, you know what's funnier than a skeleton with a pumpkin? A wither skeleton with a pumpkin. But also, like, it would actually be really, really cool to actually, like, encounter it in the game. I'm gonna throw this in S tier. It's very, very funny. This next one is a very strange thing. I saw it whenever I was, like, gathering the images for this tier list, and I'm thinking, like, there's no way this is a thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a unique name, and I'll call it Spectacle. Spectacle here has, some spy glasses crammed into its eye sockets to make like binoculars, and it looks so goofy. Yeah, very, very funny. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in S tier. And this last one is the version of the skeleton that appeared in the Poisonous Potato snapshot for April Fool's Day. We have what I'm just gonna call Jonkler. It looks like a wannabe Joker. You wanna know how I got these scars? I got these scars from the Batman in Minecraft. Oh, this one's funny. Although the color scheme is like very weird, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this in B tier. And yeah, that's my tier list of all the skeletons. This was interesting to do because I think I prefer skeleton mobs over zombie mobs. Of course, that's just my opinion, and you can always like let me know what you guys think in the comments, whether or not you guys prefer zombies or skeletons. And then you can, of course, you can also let me know if you guys would rank these differently. But yeah, this is just my tier list, and I had a lot of fun with it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this tier list. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm outta here.